All right, can everybody stand? Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the August 4th, 2025 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals, or ZBA. First, let me introduce the members of the ZBA present here this evening. Myself, Chairman Alan Donnelly. Our Vice Chairman, Mr. Hinger, is not here presently, but should be here shortly. Our Secretary, Mr. Elijah Hewley, is here. Regular Member Commissioner, Mr. Larry Rushmeyer. Alternate Member Commissioner, Mr. Liam Ania is here. And Alternate Member Commissioner, Mr. Michael Barnes is here. Our very excellent Zoning Enforcement Officer, Mr. Fran Lally, is here. And our always outstanding Recording Secretary, Ms. Cassandra Varian, is here. The current agenda can be found here at the table or on the town website under board meetings. When we begin the public hearing, I will call each applicant one at a time. When I call the property address, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and tell us about your appeal in detail. After, the secretary will read into the record any communications we received in favor or opposed to the application. The chair will then entertain questions of clarification from board members concerning the application. We will then hear from those who wish to speak in favor of the application, followed by those who are opposed. Following each side of the question, the applicant will be allowed to make concluding remarks. After we have gone through all the cases on the agenda tonight, we will close the public portion of this meeting and will deliberate in open executive session. You must have at least 4 affirmative votes to have your appeal granted. The final decision may be in the form of approved as submitted, approved with stipulations, or disapproved. All questions and comments must be directed through the chair. Please be assured that everyone will be given the opportunity to speak. However, the board is most interested in hearing factual information relative to the application, and in view of time constraints placed upon us, we ask your indulgence in not reiterating comments previously presented. You're welcome to stay until the end of the meeting or contact the land use office in the morning. Thank you. Okay, first thing on the agenda. Commissioner Ania, will you please be on Z-25-38, sir? Yes. Commissioner Barnes, will you please be on Z-25-38, sir?
Yes.
And will you also sit in for the minutes since I missed that last minute? Thank you very much. Okay, review of the minutes. Is there any questions, comments? Anything?
No, they were good.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye. Oh, wait, excuse me. Let me get the motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'm out of it. Okay. Minutes of other boards and commissions. Anybody have anything on that? Nothing?
No.
Nothing? Okay. Continue public hearings, we have none. Public hearing, our only public hearing, is 89 Obtuse Road South, that's Z-25-38, and that is the Casey residence, I hope I said that. And that is, let's see, for a shed, I believe it's 15 by 12, am I correct on it, or is it 16-12?
Yes.
Okay, 16-12? Okay. The shed, 16 by 12. And present dimension is 19 feet 1 inch. Required dimension is 50 feet. Proposed dimension is 19 feet 1 inch. Variance requested would be 30 feet 9 inches, and that is Article 3.5 and 3.4.alpha 3B. Could the applicant or proponent of the applicant please come forward, state your name and address for the record, tell us about your appeal in detail, sir.
Dave Case, 89 Obtuse Road South.
Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals, sir.
Thank you. We're looking for the variance because that lot that we have is it isn't a skewed odd-shaped lot with at least 50% of the 2.2 acres is wetland. So it not being a flag lot, being almost an interior lot, part of that front property line is 200 feet off the front road, and that's where we're looking for that variance where that shed is. If you guys look at the plan, it's about 200 feet back from the road, and then I got a small section of front property line there that's set way back. So we would like to keep the shed at the location where it's at, if possible. I know Alan elevation measurements off the corners of the house and stuff, took a look at it, so, yeah, that's, you know, just with the shape of the driveway and the odd-shaped skewed lot, there's not one road frontage, there's one up front and there's one set roughly 200 feet back, from the road, the public road.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you very much. Is there any correspondence, Mr. Secretary? Okay. This time I'd like to ask if any of the members have any questions for the applicant. I have a few. You go first?
Sure.
Mr. Case, is it okay if I bring the property up
Yeah.
on the GIS? Okay. And then I have a map. I just want to go over a couple of things. Thank you very, very much for allowing me to buy your property. I appreciate it. Come on forward. I just want to verify a couple of things. All right, so as I look at the map, the shed is existing now, and it's right here on the property, correct? Where it shows it on the map.
Correct.
The septic, and I did get a copy of the septic system design here, and I think I drew it pretty doggone close. Mr. Avery, our sanitarian, gave me a hand on it. But you have the tank is approximately here, the pump chamber is approximately there, and I guess it gets pumped up. There's a field here and then a reserve in front of it.
That's correct.
Okay, so that looks correct. I did take a couple quickie measurements. The back area. Vice Chairman Ingers here. Okay. So this back area, and I know this is approximate, I gathered, you know, it's somewhat relatively flat here, but once you get over to this area is kind of flat, but here it's roughly a 40, I don't know, 30 to 40, 30 degree slope back over here. That's what I wrote.
Right.
Is that kind of close?
Yeah, the day you were out there, we discussed it was about 30 degrees, but.
Okay, and the shed is 16 by 12?
Correct.
Wonderful, okay. Couple other questions, thank you, sir. I know you said it in the beginning, but could you please go over your hardships again in detail?
The property is roughly 2.2 acres, with a little over an acre of it being wetlands, unusable land that kind of surrounds a good portion of the backside of the property.
Okay.
And then just the skewed shaped lot, you know, with a front property line that's, yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
Is that sorry to interrupt you, is that approximately where the wetlands is right there?
That is correct, but the wetlands does,
Does it
I
come
believe,
over?
come around over by the shed too.
Okay.
It does come up, I saw you, I think you have a.
It's on the map.
There.
Yep, yep, yep.
Alan, if you go to the deep wetlands, on there, on the map layer, they'll bring up a purple, go down.
This one right here?
Down.
This one right here,
there,
soil?
yeah, Deep wetland soil, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that's-
good portion of the property, so as you can see, the building lot was approved just in that upper area.
Yeah,
So we were kind of restricted, there was only really one place we could put the house. Artel designed that and the septic, with the pump up septic, because we couldn't put it in the back of the house. There wasn't enough room with the 50-foot setbacks left and right, front and rear, with the wetlands restriction. And I understand that second property line, that back, that's into the wetlands there, 200 feet back, that's considered a front property line with a 50-foot setback.
you're talking about this right here?
No, actually,
Wait, which one?
that part, yeah,
This one
correct.
right- this
That
piece
one
right
right
here?
there.
Okay.
That's considered, the town's considering that a front property line. Off of that is a 50-foot setback, and that's where we're encroaching, where we're
Okay.
looking for the variance.
Last question, and I'll show you on my map here and then I'll point it out there. Would it be possible, and this is just a question, you could say, no, it's not possible, but would it be possible if I drew kind of a highlighter line, this is technically the front of the house, right?
Yeah.
Would it be possible to move the shed from the current location towards the north and the east and put it to the, we'll call it southeast side or to the right of the garage, right here? Is that a possible? I know it's pretty flat over there, but is that a possibility, sir?
Is it physically possible? Yes. I mean, for the look of the property and putting it right up next to the house, I mean, I would have put a third car garage on at that point. But I aesthetically, personally, I don't think it looks as good right up next to the house there. I understand there's a slight area here that we could fit it in without hitting that 50-foot setback. But it limits access down to the back of my property, as far as anything I need to bring, down into the back here. So by putting the shed there, it doesn't allow me to get anything down around the back now, because as you know, this stone wall here is a pretty big drop off.
Yeah.
It's about a 6-foot grade change.
Yeah, it was about, tell me if it's right, I guesstimate, remember, I took a quick measurement from the stone wall to the corner of the house here, and I
Yeah.
wrote 40 feet. Is that close?
That sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, so that's close, but
Yeah.
the shed is 16 by 12?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, it's a possibility, but it's not a
It's a
preference.
possibility. I mean, preference-wise, we would actually like to have it where we have it. That's why we're requesting the variance. You've been out to the property, I mean, it's aesthetically, it's not, harming anybody in any way, neighbors, stuff like that. I don't know if anyone appealed it, but, we put it over there for the location of it and what it's being used for, as opposed to right up next to the house. Like I said, at that point, we could have maybe built a 3-car garage and eliminated shed was moved over from our existing property in Brookfield that we moved from, so we kept it because it was fairly new. And, I use it for storage and gardening and stuff.
Thank you. Ms. Cassis, would you like to
Yes.
say anything?
As far as moving the shed,
Oh,
like,
anything at all?
as all the logistics and stuff, I probably can't speak to on, but, I feel like just because we have like a screen and porch off the side, that's gonna be finished, and then we have a walkthrough to the back of the basement. Like, I'd like to be able to do, like a walkthrough so that you can access that, and I feel like the shed would hinder.
Where you're proposing it in that other location, eventually there'll be a walk around to the back screen and porch and to the back walkout basement. By putting it there, it really puts you over on the cliff side, and like I said, to access the back of the property at that point becomes more of an issue.
Do any other issues?
Yeah, I had a couple of questions.
Sure.
I'm always wondering this, why did you put it where you put it without regarding the setbacks in the first place?
Quite honestly, I didn't realize that was gonna be considered, I know the 50-foot setback because I built the house, but I wasn't thinking a shed because it was not a foundation, it's on blocks.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that much of a rule to keep it off that 50-foot
Yeah, it's a
setback. And then when they
structure,
proposed it, then when the town said to me, when we applied for the CO, they said you need to get a variance, the zoning said you need to get a variance
Yeah.
because of the front setback line. And I know it's not a flag lot, technically an interior lot,
Right,
but when you get an interior flag lot, you have limits, that 50-foot setback line becomes less, right?
Yes.
For the front, so, and with it being 200 feet off the road, it wasn't on the road frontage, it was still 200
Yeah,
feet
I
off
get
the
it.
road,
It's just-
it's a kind of it's an odd shaped piece of property, so we were kind of jammed in that one little area there, to build a
no, I
house.
was just curious why you would do it.
Yeah, I mean aesthetically too, we both, the house is here.
Yeah,
the shed's
Fran
over here in
catches you
front of
though
our turn-
eventually.
front of our turnaround,
She'll show up
it's just,
eventually.
we like to aesthetically put it, if we put it next to the house where you have it, it's kind of jammed right in there and you lose
Right.
the beauty of the shed too. I mean,
Right.
all the roof lines of the house, the shed match with 91, the big barn that's right next door to us. So, we felt when we picked the design of the house, we picked those gambrel roofs to kind of go with that, kind of.
Looks nice. It
Yeah,
looks
no, I
very-
appreciate it, thank you. It's, we
Okay.
thought about it before we picked the house.
Okay, you also mentioned that if you weren't gonna put the shed up, you would have put a third bay on the garage, but that would have also restricted access to the back.
It
Would
would have,
you
but
have graded the property different if you were gonna do that, or?
No, I didn't put the third car garage on because of that reason,
Okay.
because I would have restricted
So,
and the grading.
so it was an access
It
issue?
is, yeah,
Okay.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you, that was.
I don't know if you remember the back of the property, once you get past that,
Drops down,
it
yes.
kind of drops off, so if I ever got to access the back with a trailer or something.
Right.
Right now I can, right next to the shed, I can go straight down.
Right.
Going around the corner with the cliff, the boulder placement wall, it drops off
Right.
6 feet, it gets a little
Yeah.
tricky.
Okay,
Roughly 30-ish degree slope, that's what I wrote, but it starts,
On the top, but after that, then it kind of drops off to that back plane.
yes, sir.
It's a difference of, From grade at the front of the house to the back walkout, it's 10, 11 feet all the way around the back. It's a big drop off. You know, we had our challenges there. I brought in 100 truckloads of dirt to bring the grade up in the front of the house, from the road to the front of the house, and then the back of the house is actually natural grade, what was there. So we actually spent a ton of money on fill that I wasn't planning on spending, but really to keep it out of the ground, the house, we had to bring the first floor elevation up. So that's the way we designed it.
It's always terrible to spend money on something you really
Yes.
can't see.
Yeah. No one can
All right,
appreciate
thank
it
you.
now, but yes, it
appreciate
makes the property much nicer.
Any questions?
I'm good.
Mr. Secretary.
The left side of the house
Mhm.
to the property line, that would be the northwest side of the house. Is there 52 feet between the house and the property line?
Yes, that setback, I'm right in there.
And the access on that side of the house is,
You have pump chamber, propane tank, septic tank, all on that side of the house. If you look at one of the maps, has the placement of it all. I can't really drive over any of it. Plus, the septic comes across the front, so to get across the fields, I would be driving one across the field, then I would have to maneuver around a propane tank, pump chamber, and septic tank. And if you can see on the map,
I'll point for you.
that, you
Where do you
see
want me to go?
the back left corner of the house, you see that right there, yeah, you see that little wraparound?
Yeah.
That's actually a retaining wall with a big, 150-foot oak. So you would even have to get around that, so there's no way to get around that without going over the propane tank or the pump chamber or the septic field for that matter.
and the, directly behind the garage, what's directly behind the garage?
Right there where you're pointing, it's just grass. That's the walkway eventually will come around to that. I think it's labeled there. You have porch, screened-in porch there.
Yeah, right there.
So eventually there will be a walk that comes around the side of the house to the driveway for access around back.
That's it.
Commissioner Neal.
Mr. Chairman, so this wouldn't be considered an interior lot?
When we bought the lot, they told me it was not considered a flag lot, an interior lot, which I thought was odd. I mean, I'm a builder, so I'm familiar with it. But they said it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't classify as a flag lot. So they gave me that 50-foot everywhere around, and that really, with the wetlands, really shrunk the property to here.
Yeah.
I actually bought the property with a little bit of a gamble, but they said there was a building lot there, so then I had to kind of get a house that fit in that footprint where we can put it. We actually, instead of getting just a rectangular square house, we picked a house that had a 30-degree twist on the garage to actually give us a little more room on that, all the restraints that we had on the property. So we picked that angled garage purposely, because it allowed us to get a little bigger house and get us our footprint in there.
Thank you.
Any follow-up questions? Okay. Any follow-up questions? At this time, thank you very much, I'd like to ask if there's anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this application. Hearing none, at this time, I'd like to ask if there's anyone here that would like to speak in opposition to this application. Hearing none. Mr. Miskis, you have the final word, whatever you'd like to say.
No, we just appreciate, we just think about it rationally and what we're trying to develop that land and, make it a beautiful piece of property. We feel where we put the location of the shed, not realizing that front setback was gonna be a problem, 200 feet off the road. Just take it into consideration of the, all the wetlands around it and, appreciate how we stuck the house and all the equipment and the septic, and got it in there. So, we're just,
Mind if I ask you one last
Sure.
follow-up question? Did you think of any, besides the location that it's at right now, did you think of any other alternative locations at all? Were there any others?
I mean, the only other place it could go down was maybe way down in the back. But
Behind the house, talking about?
yeah, if
I got the
you
floor
have the
plan.
other lot, if you have the
Yeah.
site plan.
Didn't save it, I think I
But like I said, it's really unusable back there. There's a little bit of area that kind of sticks into the wetlands a little bit. There's it's actually not even cleared, it's woods right now. It's not even developed property. They made us bring the silt fence across much
Is the
shorter.
wetlands pretty kind of, sort of back in that area?
It's the whole,
It's like-
it's from the pond, it wraps all the way around, up past the shed, up to the neighbor's property. You saw that purple.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
It's,
to bring back up.
it's a 2.28 acre lot with probably, I'm guessing, almost 50% of the lot, if not 55% of the lot is wetlands.
Yeah, there's the back area you're thinking about, but then it's, yeah, you got the problem. I'll
Yeah, it's,
pull it back up on
it's in the
GIS.
back there.
Yeah. Would you like to say anything now?
I would just be repeating what he said.
I just want to look at that picture before we close the public portion.
We passed it.
Too fast. Just want to take one more peek at that. And turn on the wetland soils. Yeah, you were.
It's probably more than 50% of the property. I did a rough calculation, I came up.
The
with
house is,
50 right in there.
I'm guesstimating.
Right
that's
about where
some-
you are, yep.
Yeah, right about here.
It's actually,
Little
yeah,
forward.
yeah, it's right in there.
Right about there is where the house is. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Anybody else have any last minute questions? Okay. At this time, I'd like to take a motion to close the public hearing on application Z-25-38 for case residence, please.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I suppose what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into what's called closed deliberations. We basically speak about it amongst ourselves, we're welcome to stay until the end. I'm sure more than likely we'll come to a decision this evening.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry, now, okay. All right, so it's just, Sandra,
Yes.
it's just the same file. Carl's not on this one. All right. I'd like to take a motion to approve application Z-25-38, David Case Residence, and that is for a, I'm gonna get it right down the line, present dimension of 19.1 feet. Required dimension is 50 feet, proposed dimension is 19 feet 1 inch. Variance requested is 30 feet 9 inches, and that's Article 3.5 and 3.4.alpha.3.b. I'd like to take a motion to approve as submitted.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. You're on this.
I'm on, not call.
You're on it.
Oh, okay.
Discussion. Who would like
He was
to go
late.
first?
I don't know, I think there's significant hardships on this property as far as locating this guy. As much as I think it's a bad idea,
You're thinking
I
make
kind of
sure-
would like everything that's built that's non-conforming, I'd like to see torn down, but in this case, there's hardly another place to put that.
So you're thinking unique shape of property,
I, this is in our bailiwick.
Okay. Just a second.
Tend to agree. I do have take issue with building something that is but coming back actually. But I also agree that I think there's significant hardships. Again, we go over this a lot, it's self-imposed. But I also am not sure that there's anyone else on the property that makes sense with the wetlands and all the other things that they have on the property. So I think you definitely met the hardship criteria for me. And it's not encroaching on another neighbor's property. So I'm more inclined to agree.
Mr. Rushman.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Graham?
The wetlands map that we saw,
Yes,
there's deep wetlands and shallow.
yes.
What's the difference between those two things?
So the soils, soils. And if I'm correct, there's supposed to be 2 rain gardens that are supposed to be proposed, which is what the Wetlands Commission wanted, which I don't think they were reflected on the as-built that was submitted yet. But it's all based on soil, right?
Yes. So the purple shade is not the deep wetlands, correct?
That is the deep.
Oh, that's the
wetlands.
deep
That's
wetlands.
deep wetlands,
That is the
the
deep
purple shade?
wetlands, yes.
If I turn this off,
When he turns that layer off, the green, those little blue-green things.
this is the regular
That's the
wetlands.
regular wetlands for, but the purple overlay is the deep wetland soil.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Go on.
I, he also happened to mention that he does, he's a builder. So moving the shed, I'm trying to find a spot in my heart that says he didn't know. And I also, there are several locations on the property for the shed.
I found one, not trying even very hard, that's relatively flat, and I know he said it wasn't a preference or anything, but where I drew it on a map, I don't think it's difficult to put it there.
I didn't walk the property, but I drove through on obtuse, and just visually, the property is really not that steep.
Yeah. To the right of this garage, all this area here, literally, if you drew a rectangle, it's all flat. Where you run it, and you got, I understood, he said, you know, it's difficult to get in the back and stuff, but I did measure from this corner to the closest point on the wall, it's 40 feet. So if that's 16 feet wide, and what's my 16 by 12?
I also have some concern about the neighbor, because it's right in their backyard.
The neighbor to the left as you're facing the front of the house.
No,
Oh, the
facing the
neighbor-
front of the house, your neighbor to the right.
I didn't look at that aspect. I really just looked at that.
And that house is pretty close to that shed.
I mean, I'll speak on it. I mean, I could go either way on this. I do think that there's definitely an alternate location without even really trying hard. It may not be a preference, it may not be, you know, the space that they want it in, but there is a doable, pretty easy doable alternate location. However, I do definitely see hardships on the property. Lots and lots of wetlands.
The
It is-
wetlands are the wetlands.
yeah, it's a unique shape of property, so, I mean, I could go either way on it, I understand it. Could we add the stipulation about the rain gardens to make sure it gets done, if there were to be an approval?
You don't have to, because that's all part of the wetlands.
It's already in there.
It's already part of the
Okay,
wetlands.
what about some, like, screening, you know, for the neighbor that you're worried about? Let's get Gowron residents. Because it's kind of just in the open now, you know, you walk up, right up, as soon as you drive the truck, you see it. Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility.
Would you like to make a stipulation, sir?
Yes, an evergreen screening, a minimum of 8 feet high, and approximately 9 pieces,
And it's 16 by 12 is the shed.
9 pieces.
So on the, I guess, west-southwest side, and then coming up on
Yes.
the other side, which would be southeast side. So, there, you want to draw in? What are you thinking? Okay. And so you said 8, 9,
9,
how tall?
8 feet tall. Minimum, 8 feet.
I'm okay with that stipulation. Is everybody else okay with that stipulation? Okay. You gonna make the stipulation in a second? Or it's on, I think you have to make the stipulation. You wanna repeat the stipulation?
9 8-foot evergreens on the southeast
Yeah, it's kind of southeast,
side of the shed,
southwest and southeast. It's kind of both sides, right?
the neighbor's property line.
On the property line to the neighbor. I'll second that. Is there any further discussion? Okay, so we have a motion on the table, would be to approve with the stipulation of on the southwest and southeast, but basically the neighbor's property, the Kevin Gowron residence, right? 9 evergreens, 8-foot tall minimum. All right. Just all in favor, right? Everybody ready to vote?
Yes, sir.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll read it right down the line. All those in favor to approve application Z-25-38, that's David, and what's your first name again, Max?
Jennifer.
David and Jennifer, Case residents. And that is a present dimension of 19 feet 1 inch, required dimension of 50 feet, proposed dimension of 19 feet 1 inch. Variance request is 30.9 feet, 30 feet 9 inches, and that's Article 3.5 and Article 3.4.alpha 3B, with the stipulation of on the southwestern side, the neighbor, Gowron residence, there is a minimum of 9 evergreens, 8 feet tall minimum. Okay, so that right? I think that's it. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Congratulations, it's unanimous. Thank you very much.
I do have a rain garden, and I do have a letter from an architect, I didn't know.
I think we're okay on that, right, Fran?
Yeah, can I have that copy and I'll
Yeah.
put it in the file?
I actually uploaded it on.
Did you upload it to
I
the
just
portal?
uploaded it before we came, I just got it today.
Thank you,
I
thank
did
you, Mr.
upload it
Case.
on,
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
The zoning application, the modified one.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it to the wetlands officer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Buchanan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. Have a good evening. All right. Oh, that's a quick one. Next on the agenda, old business, there is none. New business, there is none. Table items, there is none. Does anybody have any informal discussion? Informal discussion?
No, sir.
All right. Sorry, I missed last meeting. I missed you guys. Okay.
There was a lot of lawyer talk last week.
Is that what it was? I did watch it afterwards. All right, would you like to make a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.